Welcome back to Crafting with Chord Chapter 10. I've been hard at work, though this side of the room probably looks just about the same as it did at the end of the last episode. All my work has been directly behind me. I dug out enough space for one uh, column of these spawning platforms. Let's just jump up on top here. Uh, yeah, so I've built just a column of these tutors. I don't know what to call them. But yeah, as I explained last time, there are 20 spawning spaces right along here. 20 along this side as well. So each level has 40 spawning spaces. All I have left to do is knock out the dirt here, and then knock out this ladder, place the pistons, and the what are these called? Slabs, and then place the 2 redstone on top of the slabs, and I'll be done. I think the easiest way maybe will be to work from the bottom up. I've not just made this one level, I've made, I believe it's like 7. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm counting the pistons here. Yeah, so I've made 7 levels here, so 40 times 7, that's 280 spots. Is that right? 40 times 7, 7 times 4 is 28, yeah. 280 spots. I thought that my estimate must have been really low last episode, because I figured that I would not get as many spawning spaces. I figured that I would get about 800 spawning spaces, but when I do this 4 times, I'm gonna have 280 times 4, which is just over 1,000 spawning spaces. So that'll be actually a really good mob farm. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I dug this all the way down. Just been watching some Netflix as I work, and have this area dug all the way down. I've been storing up my excess cobblestone here, and my chest in my storage room is all filled up. So yeah, what I need to do now is take out this pillar with this ladder and all the dirt in between the platforms. I did that so I wouldn't fall in the middle while I was working, because that would have been really annoying. I already died a few times. Oh yeah, here's some estimate that I did. That's what I was just talking about. I estimated that I'd have about 800 spawning spaces. I didn't remember I did the math in there. I was going to just show you that I died a few times, but yeah, some estimate I did had about 800 spawning spaces, but if I just figure that up right, 7 times, was it 70 times 4, or 7 times 40, yeah, 7 times 40, which is 7 times 20 plus 20 that I have above, and then times 4, yeah, I think I just have, I think the issue was that I figured I would have 5 levels here, like this is 1 level, and I showed you how I had 7 levels, or, yeah, but I figured, or estimated that I'd only be able to fit 5 levels in. So I think that's where the estimate was off by a bit. So that's good. It's better than expected. Always good when that happens. So I have this here. I need to knock out the dirt, finish up all the platforms, and then make sure stuff spawns. I did accidentally forget a torch. I forget which level it was, but I was climbing up here after I finished. And a creeper just greeted me at the ladder. Almost blew up. But I had forgotten a torch along one side, so something spawned up here. While I was digging this out, I did get a bunch of iron. I didn't get much else besides that. I'm trying to find, I think it's all on the opposite side. Let's do this. Can't quite see. Maybe you can kind of see up there, like way right in there. You can kind of see how there's a hole in the wall. I broke into part of the abandoned mineshaft that's below my spawn town, to a section that I hadn't been before, and so I was able to light up quite a bit more. I even found a spider spawner, cave spider spawner, which would have been nice to use that one instead of the one that was like 200 blocks away, but too late too late to fix that. There's also another smaller cave right there that I ran into. So I have been able to light up quite a bit more, or at least a bit more. So I think this, once I get this going, I think this will be working pretty well. So I'm going to cut this ladder and pillar out and get this segment working, and then make sure I can collect its drops, and then we'll see where to go from there. Here I am. I've cleared out the whole space down here, or I already said that. I cleared out the pillar and took out some of the torches here. I don't want mobs to spawn up here, though they can. Like right here, it's at level 7, 6, so like a few places along this line, and maybe this line, mobs can spawn, but if I didn't take out the torches that were right here, then mobs wouldn't spawn on the top level, so I figured that's a fine trade-off. So I did come down here, and I just idled in, where is it? Oh yeah, right over here. I just built myself a little safe house and sat in there, just in case a mob survived the fall. I didn't want to die while I was AFK, because that would have kind of sucked. But as you can tell, mobs are certainly falling and dying, so that's great. I don't know if they all technically die in the same line though. Like there's only one. I can't jump high enough for you to see. Maybe I can pillar up a little bit. No, you can kind of see. Oh, yeah, there we go. So there's just the one wide gap for them to fall in, right? But I don't know if they can move in midair, and also their drops might. How do I say this? Might go flying some distance. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Let me just put these chests over here and drop that off. I moved the 2 chests there, and one of them was empty anyway, so I just moved the non-empty one there, and I went up and just made some hoppers. So let's do this. I think, let's see, it was open space, then the 2 things, then the hooks, the tripwire hooks, and then the wires this way. So it should be, oh my gosh, that's okay, that scared me. That shouldn't have scared me, but it did. So it should be 3 spaces of, I guess, nothing on the sides. And let's put down new torches, I don't know, on both sides, I guess. And I'm going to run these hoppers along here, all the way down to here, in between those 2. I guess I should start down here so I can have them directed into the chest. Now when mobs fall, is that the last one? Yep. So now when mobs fall, they should all, whoops, that's pretty far away. Whoops. I had that F3 on, sorry about that. When mobs fall, they should drop their gear in there, and maybe, was it already 8? I don't really want to go back and check the footage. But actually I'm going to take this stuff out. And now I'm going to sit back inside here and AFK for maybe 20 minutes, 20-30 minutes, and we'll see how much stuff I get. So we can get a kind of a rough estimate. With 1/4 of the farm, if we get so much stuff, we can say, well, when we have the full farm, we'll get 4 times that much stuff, obviously, or at least theoretically. Just as a nice estimate. So let's do that and see. We can kind of see how good the farm will be. So I'll be back in a half an hour. So I'm back. It's actually been 50 minutes instead of 30 minutes. I got a little distracted. But here I am. I did actually come back a couple times, make sure everything was going correctly. One skeleton did survive the fall. It was in enchanted chainmail boots, so I assume the boots, I guess I didn't get the boots, I assumed the boots had feather falling on them, or just maybe he had some other armor on too, so maybe something else was enchanted with protection. I don't know why I keep looking up. I expect to see something since it's a big hole, but maybe I'll drink a night vision potion once I get this all cleared out so I can actually see what's going on up there. Anyway, this is what I've gotten in 50 minutes, so um, about one of each item every 2 minutes. About like there's about 25 of each, I'd say, approximately. So that's cool. This is the stuff that I had before, so this stuff doesn't count towards that 50-minute trial. One thing I did notice, I came back a couple times because like I was in here and I just had my inventory screen open, but I was alt-tabbed, so I could still hear the sounds, and every once in a while this block would catch on fire. There's lava right behind here. And I looked up on the wiki, or there's lava right underneath this obsidian, I believe, actually. And I looked up on the wiki exactly if chests were flammable or not, and they said flammable, no, but catches fire from lava. So I think that means that it won't ever burn up fully. Um, like the chest won't ever go away, but just in actually I can't really just in case this, can I? Like I was gonna just move this. I wish I had an axe on me. I was just gonna move this over here, but there might just be lava all over here, so I don't know if that'll actually help at all. But hopefully it will, and hopefully this never all burns up and I don't lose everything. So now there's a few things I could do. Now that I have this part done, I think all the drops actually get absorbed into this hopper. At least all the drops within the last 5 minutes got picked up by the hoppers. So what I could do, there's like 3 main things. I was just checking to see if I had signs because I don't want to put up signs so I could do everything. The first thing is clear out the rest of this space. It's a pretty big task. And I guess part of that same vein, the next thing is to build the other 4, oh jeez, build the other 4 columns of spawning platforms. So those are 2 pretty major things to do. Another thing to do is to light up caves in the area. I have that, I guess I could climb up there while I'm talking. I have that X-ray device. I don't know what I was going to say there, but it had a whole bunch of sounds in it that don't belong. X-ray device with the leaves and the minecart that I showed last time. And I'll actually take a look at that. It didn't show much. I need to move it. I'm not quite sure where, but maybe if I moved it down to bedrock level as opposed to way up here. That's actually, I didn't check for mobs, and I just remembered that mobs can spawn up here and right along the edge. Oh, that looks cool. So I don't know if you particularly remember this because it would be kind of specific, but this area right here was dark last time we looked here. This is that abandoned mineshaft that I broke into while I was digging out the big hole. I don't think I can really get a good view of that from here. This is what I was talking about. I can't get a great view of what I need to do except for some area over here. So what might be better? Ouch. What might be better would be to move it down to the bottom, and because I can always look up here, right? Like it's not from this height. There's not much great stuff to see because it's just the ground right above me. We can see the storage. Oh, some Endermen messed up my storage room and put stuff down in my storage room. Yeah, so that's the wiring for the storage room. But yeah, you can't see much here looking up. But if I moved this X-ray device down to the bottom, you can probably see quite a bit more. So maybe I'll do that. But yeah, so lighting up caves would be just another thing to work on. Come on, let me get over here. And the last thing to do is to build the device that will let me, I don't know where I'm going with that. But the other thing is to build the device that will take the items from this chest And that shouldn't be too difficult, just the moving up part. Uh, as I have that same technology over at my mine, uh, yeah, that won't be difficult at all. But the, I guess, more difficult part, not that it's insanely difficult, but it will just be more complex and take more time, will be the filter, or I guess I should say sorting system for all the items. Putting the hoppers there, putting the hoppers there, putting the hoppers there. One thing I am noticing, let's drop that off. Oh, I should have. I'll just I'll hold on to that for a while. I forgot to drop that off. Let's hold on to this stuff. So, one thing is that each row here, each piston, of course, takes 1 iron. So, and each tripwire hook takes half an iron. The recipe for tripwire hooks makes 2. The recipe for tripwire hooks makes 2 tripwire hooks and requires 1 iron. So each level here requires 20 iron for the pistons and 2 iron for the tripwire hooks. So that's 22 iron per level that I can think of. I don't think there's any other iron that's used in there. So for the full stack of 7, it's 22 times 7, which would be like 154 maybe? Yeah, I think 154, hopefully. And so this is how much iron I have left. 12 times 9 is... 12 times 9 is... that's not 108. Is it 108? It is 108, yeah. 12 times 9 is 108. And I just said 154, so that's not enough. I guess I have a little bit more here, but that's still not quite enough. I do have my reserve of iron here, but again, that's basically all my iron to do one more stack of 7 things, and I need to do 3 more stacks of 7. And then I also need quite a few hoppers to get this whole sorting system figured out here. So yeah, I'm in need of some iron. I did get quite a bit of iron. Actually, I got a lot of iron from mining that. I don't know what word I was looking for, but mining out that whole area. And I got even more when I was lighting up the cave that I broke into, or the 2 caves I should say. So maybe that's the best way to start, is to start cutting out some areas here. The thing is that it's easiest to build this stuff while I'm mining this out, right? So that way when I fall, I don't fall all the way down and die. If I fall, I only fall down like 5 blocks or something, or 10 blocks. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I'll probably cut this down a few floors, or few levels, Y levels, and then I will move this X-ray device down to the bottom so that I can get a better view, and and then I will probably go light up some cave, but I'm not sure about that step. Like the first 2 steps of lowering this a few levels, and getting the X-ray devices set up, and I'll just talk to you then. I don't want to commit to anything that I don't end up doing. So let me do that, and I'll get right back to you. I dug out this highest level here down to y equals 50. That's what this torch indicates. We were right up around this area. I guess, yeah, this was ground level before. I didn't bother to move it down because it doesn't really matter where that is. And, oh, how is that guy? Huh, I don't know. Are those extended? Anyway, I just drank a night vision potion thinking that I would be able to use them to see through the void fog, which, if you're not familiar with void fog, it's when you're down really far and you don't have any sunlight level. Whoops. So if I see up here, it says light and it says zero sky. That's light provided by the sun. And since I have zero, there's void fog. That means that's weird. That means that there's this annoying fog that prevents how far you can see. I drank this potion thinking that it would get rid of it, but it unfortunately doesn't. So even though I put these in here, I have 4 of these viewing stations. It does not let me see very much. I can kind of see some stuff over there. I don't think there's any way. I'm turning off void fog. So, yeah, that's just a little bit too bad. I'm not able to move. Ouch. I'm not able to move the viewing devices down here. Oh, and if you didn't notice, I cut out this whole bottom area to the full room size. So now down here is cut out to the full 26 by 26 room. And what was the other thing I did? I don't remember what the other thing I did. I guess, oh, it's up to y equals 10. So that's y equals 10 up to y equals 50. So 40 blocks worth needs to be cut out. And unfortunately, I just spent time making glass bottles when they don't do anything. I have gotten, I guess, 2 witches so far, which is cool. I was going to say I got 1 witch because previously there was just 1 stick in there. But I guess in the last, minute, I got a couple more. What? How did that not go in there? As you've noticed, there's a few pieces of drops. I don't know what pieces of drops. A few drops have landed outside of the hoppers, so I do need to construct walls or something. I'm not sure exactly what I need to do, if I just need to put, I don't want to put 3 rows of hoppers here because that'd be a lot. You know what I could do is put a minecart track right along here with a hopper minecart and have it just go through like a loop. Or I guess it wouldn't be a loop, but I'd come down here, then circle and come back. And when it gets down here, drop off its stuff and then go back. That might save on the iron issue that or save on the iron, which is the issue that I was running into. Oh, hello. Yeah, so there's an idea. I don't need to go through with that right now. I still have a lot of digging to do. I am going to make a new X-ray device somewhere else and see if I can get to lighting up some caves here. This is just really annoying that this fog is here because it makes it really hard, especially with the night vision. It's just so bright. At least when it was dark, it was not hard on your eyes. But looking at white fog right in front of you is kind of annoying. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work and I'll show you my progress in a few minutes. I have been hard at work down here. If you look above me, and okay, you can't see anything, but I cleared out all the way up to y equals 30. I didn't want to clear out higher than that because I want the ground below me as I dig down, and as I dig down I'm going to build the other responding platforms, but for right now, it doesn't matter if there's ground here or not. While I build up there, well, my mouse is going a little haywire here, sorry about that. Yeah, so I just cleared that out. I went through a full pick efficiency 4 unbreaking 3 pick, then combined an efficiency 4 pick that I had with one of the almost broken ones, and now I'm third of the way through this efficiency 5 pick. So that's about how much I've gone through. I've also set up this. I took out the hoppers, and I have, let's make a hopper minecart. I have this going here. It's just a very simple hopper minecart. It'll just go back and forth. It's hard to keep it in the light the whole time because of the void fog that I discussed a little bit ago. But yeah, it'll run around and pick up all the goods. The idea is I'm going to switch out here with a item drop-off station, which I'll find a tutorial for that, but shouldn't be too difficult to find. It'll drop off the goods. It'll drop off all the drops here, and then be sent back on its way. The next set of drops, or the next spawning section will be, let's see, whole spawning platform, piston, yeah, so it'll be these 3 spots will be the next set. Whoops. So I can actually go ahead and build these and actually build all 4 things, even though that up there isn't set up, just to get prepared. Yeah, I don't have much iron left, so I can't really build. I'm looking up at the spawning platform, even though you can't see it up there. I can't really build those. This iron came from these minecart tracks came from the abandoned mineshaft. I didn't actually have to use iron for this. So what I'm going to work on is setting up the whole item pickup down here. I also need to enclose this with blocks so that the drops don't, when they drop, when a mob falls here, when a mob falls here, their drop doesn't go flying off in some direction, that it actually falls on the track so it can be picked up. Can I check it? Yeah, there's some stuff that it has. So it is working. And yeah, I'm just gonna extend this. I think that also I should mention, oh, that was gonna run into me. I should cover up, well, I don't want spawning here, but there's lights, but I think I'm gonna cover up this whole thing with a layer like this, but over all of this, so that a mob falling will not impact and mess up the minecart that's running. Because I'm not sure if it would, but if it fell exactly on it, it might. Oh, it just went right through me. Maybe I don't need to do that. Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, if it was perfectly timed, it might do something like this, and if it doesn't hit this powered rail, it might just stop in one of these gaps here, which would be bad, because then I wouldn't be picking up stuff, and I'd have to come down here and fix it, but I wouldn't probably realize that because there's no real indication, besides maybe just slightly fewer drops, or a quarter fewer drops. So anyway, I'm going to build up all of these, and I will get back to you when the item pickup stations are all complete, and we'll move on to the next step of getting the item drop-off stations. So I have finished 2 of the item pickup areas. This is the, let's point with the sword. This is the one that actually spawns guys. I don't think I can actually show you without climbing up the ladder at all, but this is the one where people will drop, or mobs will drop to. This is just the one next to it, and I started setting up the hoppers for the other side, which I still have to make. But I raised it up a block off the ground, And you hopefully, yeah, there was the arrow there, and then as the hopper minecart ran, it picked it up. So then when it comes back to here, well, I guess it only picked up one item, so it took very little amount of time, but uh, items get dropped into this hopper, and then if there's more than just one item, it'll turn on this comparator, turn off this torch, which unpowers this repeater, which unpowers this uh, powered rail. So it'll just sit here until all the items are out of the hopper. Uh, so yeah, that'll work very well. And then uh, the items will travel along down here to right here. And here's what I've gotten while I was building this other second one. And I've also just been moving all of the items down here, so I've probably gotten a few more things. I somehow ended up with extra torches. I don't know. I think it was when I was switching out some torches for these jack-o'-lanterns. I just ended up with a few extra, and rather than carrying around like more than a stack of torches, I just dropped some off. But I also got these feather falling boots, or just protection boots. I don't know why I said feather falling. One thing to note is that because of the way that I built this, the bottom level of the spawning platforms up there is at y equals 35. And right now we're at y equals 8.5. So I believe that witches that fall from the bottom level will not die when they hit the ground. And I could move up the spawning like either take out the bottom spawning platform or move up all the spawning platforms a few blocks. That really doesn't seem worth it. Witches spawn so rarely, and also they would have to spawn on the bottom level, which is like 1 in 7 chance of all the guys spawning, right? So it's like 1 in 7 times whatever the which spawn chance probability already is, which is low. So it's just not really worth it to do a bunch of work just to account for a few witches. So I'm gonna build up this side, and then I'm gonna think about what to do with the items that are gonna end up in these two hoppers. Probably gonna connect them and send them up a tube, but we'll see. We'll see. So I've begun the final steps, or maybe the first steps of the elevator. I don't know. I don't know why I said final. Pretend I didn't say that. Okay, so the first steps of the elevator, I've connected all the hoppers together. So that's the active. That's the active pad over there. So items will come down here. Eventually, items will come down from here as well, and they'll come here. And also, eventually, items will come from over here, which is just a mirror of that stuff over there. So items will just come through here, loop around the back of the elevator. This 3x3 stone brick thing is going to be the item elevator. So the items will come around here, come here, where they will, that was hard to say for some reason, where they will meet up with the items from this half of the room, and then come along here. Currently they're just gathering up here because I want to test the elevator by itself before I let it start flooding with items. So yeah, the items come along here, get shoved into this dropper. When items are in this dropper, and let's just throw some items in there, a simple clock goes off, and you can see it, and I just need to put in this repeater. So this clock runs as long as there's even one item in the repeater, or in the dropper. So you can see that, yeah. Now when I put this repeater here, and it's going to be pointed into this dropper here, it'll trigger both the dropper down below and the dropper up here, and so the items will be shot from this dropper into this dropper, and then Stop it. I'm trying to record. How much health does this guy have? What boots? Too much. Okay, okay. How is he? Oh, he's just chasing me down, isn't he? Maybe I should eat before I die on camera because I don't want to do anything. Eat. Okay, come on. And I broke. Oh. It was going so fast, it just went right over it. Okay. What did that guy have? Did I get anything from that? I got 2 bones. Okay, back to what I was saying. I'll put the repeater in, and it'll act when the clock ticks. It'll light up, or it'll activate both droppers, and the droppers will be shot into this water stream. The water stream is on top of ice there. It works exactly like the one in the mine. Over there somewhere, maybe? Where am I? Yeah, I think over there somewhere. And we'll come over here. The fences are directly below this block, all the way down there, and I can actually let's get rid of that really quick. Let's see if I can, yeah, right there are the fences, so the items will come here and then shoot on up. Yeah, so let's just complete this circuit and make sure it works. So I had 16 stone slabs in there, and the clock is done, so give it a second for them to come through. I think that's all of them. And I already had some, so I have no idea if that was 16 or not. Whoops. But I'm pretty sure that was the full 16. It's been working, so no reason for it to not work right now. I don't see any items in the back or anything, so yeah, it should work just fine. So now what I need to do is just build this up all the way up there. I'm going to need to dig out some area and take it all the way up to the top, and then from there I can pull the items out of the item elevator. It's so cramped here now. Pull the items out of the item elevator up there, where the rest of the storage room will be, and from there excuse me, from there I will sort them into their appropriate chests, and then yeah, that'll be everything that I need to do with regards to the item elevator. So I'm gonna start working on building up this and mining out that, and I'll let you know when I get that finished. Alright, I've finished the item elevator part of it. I trimmed out a 5x5 tower here, or 5x5 area, and put it in the 3x3 tower, I should say. I have a simple dirt staircase up here so I can access it. The items will travel all the way up, and they'll be inside this middle block all the way up, and then they'll stop going up here, obviously, since there's no more blocks. So then they'll just kind of be in this air block right here, get picked up by this hopper, and get sent on down the line. Right now, I just have them all being sent to... Let's do this without falling off and dying. Well, I guess I can fall here. Yeah, so right now I just have them all being sent down into this one chest. And let me just bring this around a bit, because I have this over here that I can just easily connect it to. Perfect. Throw down a torch so I don't get shot off of this. So now items that go into the chest all the way down at the bottom will appear there, and I will drop down there and show you. It is kind of unnerving to fall down here. Like, if you don't move at all, you won't die, but it just seems like it's such a small gap to fall into for a small pool of water. So let me just eat here. Do I have... Let's get a full stack of dirt so that... or 2 full stacks of dirt, and I'll throw them both inside this hopper and then climb back up. Now those items that I put there, I'll turn around in a second. I don't want to fall off right now. Those items are currently traveling up there. You can still see the clock going. The items are traveling up that elevator. Coming on up here. Now they're the first ones are probably headed across that hopper train and on down those hoppers and into the chests. Let's just check to make sure. 46, and that's just constantly going up. So this is working perfectly. So what I need to do now is work out a filtering system. Let's not fall off. Work out a filtering system that'll connect right in these couple blocks, and that filtering system will pull out the drops for this side over here, which are the rotten flesh and the gunpowder, and then have another filter system for the opposite side, which will take out the what is it going to take out? It's going to take out the, I have no idea. Oh, bones and arrows. That was just a brain fart, as they say. So yeah, let's just double check to make sure they all came up here. Perfect. Both stacks are here. So the elevator is working. The last step is to get the item elevator part all in place. I have been thinking about like taking a break from the item elevator and digging out a section and working on more spawning platforms, but I didn't realize how close to that hole I was. I almost fell in. I'm kind of thinking about rebuilding this, and I don't really want to, so I'm hoping I don't have to, but I think that I could pretty easily move it up a few floors or a few levels. Originally, when I built this, I figured that I would not need, or that I would need this area here for the item sorting system, and right now I don't think that that's going to be needed at all. Just thinking about what I have left to do. So it could easily be moved up a few blocks, and I could probably fit, I could either probably fit an additional level of spawning here, and then also scoot it up one or two more. Yeah, I think that would, one or two levels, I mean, sorry, like Y levels, like blocks. Yeah, having an additional spawning level will make the farm more efficient, so I think that would be a good idea. But at the same time, I really don't want to take this all down. I might just build one more level on top of this, but I'm not sure if that'll be good or not. But I think that's what, I don't know if, yeah, I don't know how the room will fit, or if there's enough room for that, I should say. My tongue is getting a little tight tonight, because I don't want it to be too high, because I want all the spawning, I guess, columns of spawning spaces to be at the same level, and I don't want those, the lights for the storage room to interfere. Well, like the light, no light is coming out of that because of the half slabs right there. So I don't have to worry about that, but I am worried about it just hanging down low enough that it'll just be in the way of the building of the spawning platform. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking about that. I'm also kind of trying to convince myself not to do that, because that would be horrible to rebuild all that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm really low on iron now. I guess I can show you. I keep getting iron bit by bit as I mine out areas. Like I mined out that big column, and I've just been mining out a bunch of stuff. So I get more and more iron, and at the same time I have to use up so much of it. I have 13 stacks. Oh, I didn't realize I had 30 more iron to do, but yeah, I have 13 stacks, which, yeah, I don't know if that's going to be enough for all the pistons I have to make. So, yeah, I'm going to get back to work on the filter system here, and then I will talk to you before I connect up the system down there to fully sort the items. I believe I have the sorting cell fully worked out. Instead of hopper chains, I decided to use the much more iron efficient just water paths. So the items come up here, come along here on, there's water above this ice that you can't really see, but it comes along here, then there's a filter here for arrows. If the arrow, if it's not an arrow, it'll keep going, and it'll get picked up here if it's a bone. If not, it'll keep going around and around. Here it'll be picked up by, if it's rotten flesh, then here it'll be picked up if it's gunpowder, and then here it drops down and comes along here and finally comes into this hopper if it's anything else. So yeah, and this goes to the like the miscellaneous chests. All these are fully plugged in. How can I get out of here? This is kind of the trouble now. It's like impossible to get out. Here we go. Behind these chests, it doesn't look too bad. Like you can see the black line, but with the half slab flooring, it actually doesn't look too bad. It's a lot harder to tell that there are hoppers behind it rather than normal walls. You can kind of see the hoppers when I jump, but it looks pretty good from here. So let's drop down and test this out a little bit, maybe. Well, come on. So I don't have any way of just... Oh, I killed an enderman. That's how there's an ender portal. I don't have any way of really telling which items go up there because I've moved some drops already in there. So I'm just going to connect this, and probably shouldn't connect it. Let's not do that. I'll do a stack of each and just throw them into the dispenser, or into the dropper. So here we go. Let's just drop all of these. Where's the other item? Oh, did these wash away? What? I had some issues with water, and I thought that it didn't actually go anywhere when some water spilled out, but I guess it washed away some wiring here. So I don't see any other mistakes. What the heck was that? I don't know. I think that's just kind of the glitching out. I don't think those items are actually there though. Okay, so let's climb on up here. Now, yeah, the items will head up just the same and then go along the path that I showed. Let's just hope that they come here. We can climb up here faster. Come along here. 33. I don't know. Oh, there's a hopper in there. That's nice. Oh, yeah, there's some gunpowder coming up here. I put it directly in the dropper because... Put it directly in the dropper because I wanted it to randomly shoot them out rather than having like 64 rotten flesh and then 64 bones and so on. But that's interesting that it's not always... that's not working out. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm guessing it's an issue if items come by too often. like if three, let me walk up here. If three, come on. If three rotten flesh go over that hopper at the same time, then I'm guessing it can't pick up. Or three bones, I guess. If three bones come over the hopper above this at the same time, I'm guessing it can't pick them all up fast enough. Which normally won't really be an issue because normally they'll just be like the one item dropped per mob death. But in this initial burst, there's going to be a lot of duplicates, or like stacking, I guess, of items passing through there. So let's see how many came in here. I've just a few, so that wasn't really that bad, and all the gunpowder went in there. So we can just drop this off myself pretty easily. So I'm gonna let's drop down, and I'm gonna check. I'm gonna go down and connect it. You guys don't have to watch me drop down and come back up again. I'm gonna go down and connect it, and then come back up here and check out to make sure everything's working. So I'm back up here, and only a piece of dirt and the ender pearl ended up here, which I mean seems good, except for the fact that there was 2 glowstone dust. I thought. Oh, what? Huh, I didn't realize that. Sometimes they get put in the top chest, and sometimes they get put in the bottom chest, maybe? Huh, I wonder how it decides where the items end up. So there's the pearl down there. I guess I'll just put the pearl up here. So yeah, this works great now, it seems. I'm gonna sit here and make sure it keeps working great. I'm also going to transfer all of my item drops from my main storage room down there, since I no longer need to keep them in my main storage room. I'll free up some space in there, and then I'll see if things are still working. So I've finished up everything that I was planning on doing today. I've transferred all of my stuff from my main storage room down here, so I have quite a bit of rotten flesh and gunpowder. That's already 2 stacks of dynamite worth, so that's really good. Let's see what else. A bunch of arrows and a bunch of bones. I just have a little bit of junk stuff here. Nothing great. So far this has been, I would say, a really big success, and I'm only 1/4 of the way done building the spawning platforms. Overall, I don't know, I'd say I'm, in terms of time spent, I'm probably 60% of the way done, I think. Mining this out is going to take a long time, but as long as there aren't a lot of lava pools, which there shouldn't be in these higher levels, it shouldn't take that much time. I did fix my efficiency 5 pick. It was about to die in the last clip, or maybe 2 clips ago, I don't remember. At some point I fixed it. So yeah, now it's working. There's one other thing I should mention. The item drop-off things that were created by Impulse SV worked a little bit differently than I thought. Before, I had the hoppers directly below the other hoppers, and in that case it doesn't actually work. Items will be sucked out as the hopper minecart comes over here, but it won't stop. I don't have any. I guess I could just drop my torches. You'll see what should happen here in a second. But the idea is that the hopper comes here and the minecart comes here and stops, which you'll see right now. And then when it's dropped everything off, then it starts going again. But if you have a hopper directly below this hopper, it sucks the items out too fast, so it never turns on this comparator. Which means that the items, or the minecart will just hit here and then shoot back off immediately. Like that. And it just only sucks out 2 or 3 items at a time, and Yeah, so you need to have it go into a chest, you need to have the hopper pointed into a chest so that it shoots the items out a little bit slower. So that's what I did. I just put a chest here in between the two hoppers, and then one hopper to pull the items out. So now it works. Yeah, now it works. I don't know where I was going with that. I also pushed this wall back slightly because, um, yeah, I needed to not have the hopper line go underneath this hopper, so I had to have it. I pulled it out this way, and same thing over here. I switched out the way that the hoppers worked over here as well. So now it should work perfectly. I'll have to remember to pick up my torches up there. Whoops. Yep, but now the items will come along here, same as before, and meet up in this one junction area. Let me just check the lighting. It looks dark, but it's not. Okay, that's what I thought, but it just looks really dark there. I don't know if it looks dark for you, but I was a little worried that there'd be mobs spawning. I don't want any mobs spawning outside of the farm, obviously, but especially not down here. With all this stuff, it would suck to have a creeper go off. Yeah, so the items come to the middle, come around here, as explained before, and go on up. Is there anything else to say down here? I don't think so. Yeah, so all I have left to do for this farm, when I say all I have left to do, it sounds like I'm coming down home stretch. I need to clear out these about 20 blocks deep, this 20 block deep area, and then build 3 more of these things. So that's actually quite a bit. I don't know. I've noticed that a couple times. I'm not sure if I should be worried about that or not. I'm not sure what causes that. I think what would fix it, I don't have any items on me right now and I don't want to screw it all up, but would be to just have it start a clock whenever there's an item or a thing inside the tripwire. But that would be slightly more complicated, and I don't know if there's a good way to get that to work without really needing a lot of room. So yeah, let's come up here and grab my belongings. I guess my torches. It's really all that's left. And my torches are here. I had 55 before, I believe. Yep. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Next time I plan to finish off this whole room. Maybe, actually. I say that, but I just remember this is all the iron I have left. And I have no more in there even, so yeah, I have, let's see, about a stack of iron, and it takes a lot more than a stack of iron to do that, so I'm going to have to probably do some mining, or at least figure out something else to work on in the meantime until I get my iron reserves back up. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.